Bow to the masters. Break it down. The generation is something more. Just the time of your do. That's a great boy. Yeah. That's a great little man. Break it
And I totally screwed up my own entrance tonight, but that's all right. I'm getting been a hell of a week. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are going to have some fun tonight. Just gonna probably get some heated discussion. Yes, we have a small panel, but I know more are coming. I have gotten PMs. They're just going to be a few of them are running late. So right now we have Devious, Killer Queen, Ryocon, and myself.
Hi, everybody.
I know there's a few others that said they're going to pop in. They're just running late from getting home from work and so on and so on. Time zone issues, you know how it goes. So here's the deal, guys. We got a lot to cover. Some good, some bad, some ugly. I wish I could say it was going to be all good. Just doesn't work like that.
Not in this day and age.
No. So, and as you can tell, I got some of my voice back, not all of it. Doc, matter of fact, I've got to say, Doc's out recording with his band or something, so he's not going to be here. So, and it's also Valentine's Day. So, to all those women out there that play this game, because you're the only ones that really give a shit. Because if the guy's playing this game, we don't give a shit about Valentine's Day anyways. Happy Valentine's Day, I guess, to the women.
Yeah.
All right.
Happy to all you people who have someone to go spend it with, and it's a lot of money. So happy to you.
Yeah, what is it? They were talking, it was a 70% markup on flowers right now. 70% is a little high in my book.
But guess what? Tomorrow it's 50% all the chocolates on the shelf. What?
Oh, yeah. All the flowers will be back to normal price, too. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we got some things to cover. Some are going to be upsetting. Some are going to be okay. And some of them are just going to be downright get a little heated. So let's see. Let's do the downtime release notes. I'll bring them up as soon as my computer cooperates a little bit more tonight. All right. So let's start with the following changes and fixes have been applied to Thursday, February 14th. Update notes. Oh, fuck. PvP updates. Multiple changes to PvP are arriving on Friday, February 15th at 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. tomorrow Pacific time, these things will be implemented. And yes, I used a rather big word for myself. Earning stars is now based on damage dealt during battle. Finished off a nearly defeated base will no longer result in a 3-star. So if I 2-star if I just get them like 48%, they don't bubble, and somebody comes in and finishes, do they get the 3-star?
Keep reading.
Yeah. A message from Friendly Fixer. Stars are now earned by damage that is achieved specific. Well, is that misspelled?
Threshold.
That's how doesn't look right to me.
It's spelled right. Thresholds.
Special thresholds. It doesn't look right though to me. I don't know.
Specific thresholds.
Yeah.
For the 1-star, the 2-star, and the 3-star, you have to hit a certain level.
These are the 50, the 75, and the 100%. Attacking a base that is fully repaired will mean you can earn 3 stars if you flatten it. Attacking a base where it is over 50% but less than 75 will only get you a 2-star. One of the achievements 75% and another for achieving 100%. Bonus infamy is granted at 2-star and 3 stars. So there is even more rewards for flattening the base completely.
Oh, Nucking has already found the way around this to work in people's favor.
Oh, me too. Me too. I could point all the exploits out, but let him finish reading these.
Just take a 3-star before you jump
Yep.
into the sector. Your base will
Yep.
be more than 50% damage. They will never be able to 3-star you.
It used to be called fighting from a dead base. I was a low level. I was level 36, and I would jump in. I'd hit the biggest guy I could find. He'd come over, smash my base, take no infamy really from me, and then I would go out and just rape the sector because they're only going to take pennies from me, and I'm taking all the dollars. So that's one.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it. That's the
Yeah, I loved fighting from a dead base. They changed that, and it really kind of ruined it for me.
I'll be right back. I gotta do something. I apologize. Well, not back. I'm not leaving. I'm just gotta send something out. Somebody has to join the panel, and I'm usually.
Wait, you bring your screen share back.
I will in a second.
No, right
Jesus.
meow. Right meow. Right meow meow.
God dang, you are a demanding person tonight.
I'm not. I just said right meow.
All right, so yeah, that is very exploitable. That is like the most exploitable thing I've seen in a long time, to be honest.
No. Well, you know what?
Irish, you're right. Kicks ID, just leave PvP alone, but we know that doesn't.
That's never going to happen when it's a PvE or trying to dictate what PvPers do, and they listen.
Attacking and doing no damage will not result in any infamy gain. No shit, Dick Tracy. It never should have in the first place.
Well, you know how if I go in behind somebody and hit a base that had flat on it, I'm gonna get at least 2-star worth of infamy off of them. Now you're not even getting that.
Yeah, but all you got to do is hit one fucking building, and guess what? You did damage.
Yeah, but you're only gonna get. No, you hit one building. You've got to actually give the base back that amount worth of damage.
Where does it say that?
That's what it's been saying the whole entire time.
It's not said there though. It's not. So I don't honestly, I don't think that's going to be the result. But then again, I'm not worried about this. Basically, this seems like more of a combat the banking again, in my opinion. Nothing that we asked for whatsoever. But it's a PvE that's dictating this. Go figure. These PvP or PvE farmers don't know PvP if their life depends on it. No, you're right. They don't have a fucking clue about PvE or PvP, and they know their PvP. Oh Jesus! They know their PvE. They don't know their PvP. They need to keep their fucking fingers out of it. Earn more stars in battle by unlocking bonus infamy. Okay, so we're combating the banks, but we're going to give you more infamy anyways. I don't think this is a good idea. To kick off these new changes, we will also be. Oh no, not again.
Yes, tomorrow morning tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. they're going to initiate a infamy boost again for the whole weekend.
It's just a data gathering. They're gathering. They just want to see everybody go out there and see if it changes anything.
Yes, but see, here's the problem with this. We want to know if this works. Why can't you go straight data? By introducing this, it's going to make this information look better, not get actual information.
Because, yeah, you're not enticing people to hit. If you want fact, don't give an enticement. Just let people play the game.
Oh, shit.
It doesn't
you're getting
take much
data.
It doesn't take much to start a war.
No, it doesn't. No.
So now, instead of getting actual data saying if this is working or not, they're going to throw this in, and it's going to make the actual data look like, oh, it's working great. No, it's not, you jackasses. You just gave away infamy, and that's why everybody went hog wild. Dumbasses. God.
It's like at the beginning of PvP season that weekend. It's like, okay, this weekend we're going to introduce a Kraken bases, and we're going to give an infamy boost bonus. And it's like going for like a cash grab or something. Well, there is no cash grab on doing the infamy bonus because people can go hit 0-0 bases and get 300 and whatnot without blinking an eye and they're not losing any units or hardly taking any damage. That's not a cash grab.
Kick
It only
side,
looked like a cash grab because the Kraken bases were out and people wanted that Kraken quick and wanted to build it, and people were spending to instantly build it and upgrade it and whatnot. So yeah, it looked like you're getting money off of the infamy boost, but you really weren't.
unbelievable how people don't think things through. I swear to God. And this is prime example of Kickside not thinking things through. How are you going to get realistic numbers, everyday numbers, if you're going to give this fucking infamy shit away?
Well, I mentioned it in the War Commander Discord earlier. So every single time they make a change, there's some unintended result that comes out of it, and I think there's going to be a couple of them here. For some reason, whoever it is there that's having these discussions, we'll get into it later when we talk about their definition of what 69ing is.
The PvP diary.
It is completely wrong. They are way off in left field on that. I mean, they got the idea that somebody is actually bubbling them, to protect them, but it's the timing of that bubble that matters, and that's the 69ing that everybody complains about.
Devious, we will get there.
All right.
We're going to get to the diaries.
No, what I'm saying is just unintended. This is all unintended
I
results.
understand that, but we're going to get into the diaries and we're going to get into all that. Hold on. We'll get to the diaries. Let's not keep jumping subjects. Let's finish the update notes. Next an issue where the bishop, oh my God, they fixed something that doesn't mean shit to me. Would at least last 18 seconds instead of 35 seconds. I don't fucking use bishop. Who gives a
I mean, it affected somebody who used it, so I guess that it does need to be fixed for the people who do use this Lumos Aura.
Yeah. Okay. Fixed an issue where multiple
applicable heroes would not be placed in the defensive platoon.
I didn't see anybody having problems with that one, but okay.
Apparently, it was out there.
Fixed an issue where rejecting all missions would not reset the cooldowns. Well, that's probably that helped the players. So yeah, Kickside fixed that shit. Instant finish multiple different types of missions no longer result.
Missiles.
What? Oh.
Instant finishing multiple different types of missiles no longer results in missiles sometimes disappearing.
You'd buy the missiles and you'd have to wait for the countdown, and then you'd have to wait for the little save button up in the corner to go from red to gray so you can leave. Otherwise, you'd leave and you bought 4 missiles and you get there and you only got 3 or 2.
They still disappeared when I was doing
Well, nothing to sit on a positive note. They did fix the new Twin Titan defense spec op, Double Trouble, from 1 hour duration to the 12-hour duration.
Yay!
I wish they would have put those in the notes. That would have been worth reading. What is happening?
Hey.
Fine. All right. So I'm not going to Devious' subject because I don't think we'll ever get off of it. Come on, Devious. Hold your horses. We're going to talk about the Romero. And they have the contest going on, if you guys didn't know about it.
Romero.
The Romero. They want you to design the paints. The rules are very, very detailed this time. They made it quite clear what you can get away with and what you cannot get away with. In the past, on previous contests like this, they have literally not been clear. A lot of people were shooting, using other people's stuff, using a whole other game company's design and just plastering theirs and putting their name on it. So the rules are here, and it's very, very clear. And as you can see, here's the Romero. As an example, CM Bernie made him look like a CM Bunny.
And gave him little tattoos on CM Bunny tattoos, or Bernie.
You might as well CM Bunny him.
Well, he's always been CM Bunny.
It did look like Bunny when he first put his name out there. Remember that?
Yeah, and everybody just stuck. It's just something, I guess, it's stuck with him. Well, his picture is a bunny of some sort.
Yeah. So a lot of people. This one looks like from
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. This one I think just is fucking.
Honestly, no offense, but that looks like a praying mantis.
It's Max Payne.
This kind of just like nah in my book.
No, here's Max Payne. Nothing tamper.
Throw enough in there. Hope somebody. This one looks like the sharpshooter just slicing
The
dice.
ghillie suit,
Yeah.
Or the marksman.
or the lion from Wizard of Oz.
This I know I've seen something like this before. I just don't
That's
know where.
Duke Nukem. No, that's Doom. That's Doom.
Maybe.
Who, the
It's what it says
bobblehead?
right there.
I
Classic Doom
don't
guy.
think they need a new picture on there, guys. So that's no good. This is kind of creative a little bit. I mean, it looks like they used multiple different things and threw them on there. And
Okay,
like
I don't. That's
Looks like the Borg from Star Trek at the
you
top
got the
there.
Borg up here. Then you got
the Viking. What's that? War of Warcraft.
yeah. It looks like he threw a bunch of shit at this one.
He's got it going on all kinds of level.
This is the Ultimate Farmer. Yep. I do believe this is
Like RoboCop.
Halo. I think this is.
Oh
Halo.
wow! Look at him. He's got a pig. He's got a. Well, he's got the sheep backward. Why are we looking at the sheep's ass?
I don't know.
What is? That's like Halo, right?
Yeah,
Something
this
like
Yeah.
is Halo. That's a Halo one.
That one looks like a Fortnite.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them there.
Oh yeah, the Duke Nukem looking one.
I like that one.
That's not bad, but
That's
you know,
creative.
there's Devious's one. I really dig the Devious one.
Not being partial or anything.
No, not being political. I really dig it. But it does look pretty damn good in my
If
opinion.
you guys haven't seen the movie Commando, you won't get it. So move on.
Even if you did it, I still think it looks pretty badass. That's still my favorite thing. This must be War Commander's team at work.
Yeah, that's us. Ted. You know, they give us a new unit, and that's what happens.
And then can he even move his arms? Looks like he's got so much gear on there he can't move his arms.
I'm trying to figure out where it's from.
I don't know, but he really did so cut. He could tell the original picture, and then he just threw that over it.
That's everybody. Somebody made a change there. They put glasses. They put the glasses from Terminator on
Yeah.
on there.
Could you come up with something else? I mean,
come on, that's wrong. That's stealing someone's art.
That's fine, man. It's totally cool. He even said so.
Yeah, she's like,
okay, but
you know what? Anybody can make any changes to it. As long as we all get a good skin, we're good.
I'm not digging this one. Oh yeah, you put a mask on him. Yeah. Okay.
There you go. Brady.
We do not need a Tom Brady Captain America. Oh my God! Please no. Then we got.
Oh wow, and I'm sorry, but you've made him Tom Brady with that big
Go back up.
pectoral area.
Look at on the back thing. Free parking in the back there.
I did not think that was going to get past.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh man, it takes all kinds. We've got all kinds in this game, you know.
I'm really not digging this one, but I don't know. But at least he was creative. He was doing his own thing, you know. He wasn't copying everybody else's. He didn't do the back, but he did the front.
It even says so in the rules that you only had to do the front view.
Yeah, the back was optional.
He did multiple, so
that's Halo, right? Halo.
That's Halo. That's complete Halo, yeah. Yeah, I just don't know if Romero is going to do into the cross-dressing kind of look.
Well, that's Shakespeare.
Go down.
Or no, wait a second. Is
no, that looks more like
Assassin's
Creed. When he was over in the old Boston.
Assassin Romero. There you go. Assassin's Creed.
Why does that look like Spawn? Scroll down. I didn't see it.
Romero Knight.
I guess.
Oh, okay, I don't know. I thought that was Spawn. Never mind. That's not Spawn.
Like a shadow.
Irish is upset there is no Leprechaun war paints. I dig this in the next hero or something, but I just can't picture Romero looking like that. Sorry.
That's not even remotely close to being
There you
Romero.
go.
That's an actual
The
character from
unicorn
something.
suit.
There we go. Yeah, that's good.
Hey, buddy.
The Gangster War Paint. Okay, Pascal, that's not too bad actually, but it's not. I wouldn't put him as Rambo Romero kind of.
Okay, he's kind of got like a Constantine look there.
Yeah, I'd go with the Constantine look. Looks pretty good though.
Who is that? That's Pascal, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did a good job. He was creative about it.
Yeah, he's got that John Constantine look though.
Yeah.
Mm.
What's wrong with Constantine?
Oh, not that I like Constantine.
Now Constantine's more of a mess. This guy's a little too more organized.
I like this one too.
This one ain't bad. Not bad.
The Last Samurai.
Batman.
Nah. Now we got to start worrying about, I think, copyright infringements.
That's spot on.
Oh.
This guy did this one again.
No, I think that if you read it, there are people responding, and they're responding to the images. I was reading it earlier and looking at some of them.
Some of these are pretty cool and original.
I'm waiting to get to another. Oh, there we go. There's a new original one.
See, I like that one.
That's not bad.
Where is it? Where is it? I keep seeing this same. How many times did this person post?
That one was on discussion for a while.
No, somebody was responding. Other players were responding to that guy's post, and it was posting the picture and everything.
I was gonna say, whew, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, I like that one too. There's another one.
I was back on discussion, and that's all of them. So, I mean, people are being very creative.
Some not so much, just being kind, but not so much.
Here's a question. Are they going to add bonuses to it?
Yeah, well, I don't know what they're going to win. I didn't think they really said who was going to win what. So,
they said that the whoever the winner is, their alliance gets the paint on the Romero.
Oh,
I think
cool.
it said it somewhere in there.
I think it's pretty cool. I didn't read all of the information. It was just so, but it is pretty cool. I do like that. I wish everybody good luck that entered.
Mm-hmm.
The voting's not. They're gonna, Kickstarter's gonna take their favorites, and then people are gonna vote. So,
yeah, I think what is it? Submission shut down on the 25th.
yeah. So on the 25th. All right. So I'm gonna turn it over to Devious. Devious, turn your screen share on for it.
Oh, here we go.
Because no offense, but I'm going to use a restroom break while you start this mess.
Testes. Can we hear you?
Yes. Okay. You guys ready?
Yep.
Make sure you're presented. There you go.
PvP is one of the reasons why I really like this game. And back in the day, it needed work, and then it came to a spot where everybody was comfortable, and then they started punishing us. And it looks to me like somebody in there at Kixeye actually sees that same thing, that we were being punished for PvPing. But their definitions here are leading them in the wrong direction, and I don't know how they're getting these. So we need to start out by reading this so everybody can see where they're coming from. And this was posted by CM Bernie, but it says here it was.
Can you zoom in a little? By any chance?
How do I do that?
Just do a screen zoom. Like do you have a track? Or you actually have a computer, not a laptop?
Yeah, I'm on a desktop. Anyway, it says, please check out this write-up discussing PvP and War Commander written by one of our product managers. All right. He writes, here at War Commander headquarters, we've been taking a hard look at PvP. What we want PvP to look like and what is holding it back. PvP is something we want to be core to the War Commander experience, and something that we haven't given enough attention to in the past. We've got a whole bunch of things in the works that will add more depth to the experience and change incentive structures. The blog series will try to lay out our vision of the PvP to explain some of the plans we have for it. By opening up the process, we hope to assure the community that we are doing something, that we are taking and that we are taking this seriously. We're also hoping to get even more honest feedback from our players. Every time we've held focus groups, ran surveys, released fixes, we get great, passionate responses from all you commanders. Ultimately, this is your game, and since we choose not to engage in PvP because it damages you, but not us, we cheat. All of you understand the nuances better than we can ever do. So let's get to it. This is going to be long. Hold on to your butts. First topic we want to address in this series is one of the ugliest problems plaguing a fun, competitive PvP scene. This is the behavior known in the community as 69ing. We know that this is a problem, and after many brainstorming sessions, chats with the community, surveys, and false starts, how has fixing it gone? Not great. Here is their definition of 69. Before we get into the details, it is important to develop a shared definition of what 69ing is, since it has been confused with other activities, e.g., the Ring of Fire in the past. At its core, players have leveraged protected bubbles as a form of self-preservation. To get these bubbles, players will tend to enlist a friend, a helpful sector mate, or an alt account to hit their base. Depending on the time of bubble they desire, the level of destruction will be limited. Given that, we will move forward with the understanding that 69ing can be stated as the following. 69ing is the act of providing the longest desired damage protection to a friendly target by dealing the lowest amount of damage possible. You
Incorrect.
are wrong. That is a protective bubble. When we get off at the end of the night, our mates help us out so offline hits don't rape us, because we can't be there to defend it. You guys have made it entirely impossible to defend your base when you're not there. And we get back on and we've got 10 hours worth of base tune damaged that just starts healing as soon as we sign on, because it won't automatically heal. So if you want to know what 69ing is, I will explain it to you. 69ing is when someone jumps into your sector to hit your base. He has a friend with him and you're in a protective bubble. He's sitting next to his base. He sends out a tune to the base he wants to attack. He starts attacking. His bubble pops. His friend bubbles his base before he even finishes flattening the other guy, and the guy has no chance of recouping or fighting back. That is 69ing. So how you got this, I have no clue, because it is not accurate. Anybody disagree?
Not at all.
So now you know, Kixeye, what 69ing is.
Look,
This right here is not it. That's called a protective bubble, and every player in the game does that.
That is why, once again, this is a PvE player that tells him, hey, this is what it really is. No, the PvE player don't have a fucking clue. A PvE player knows what the 69 is. You jump in sector, you have your buddy hold your fucking base while he's going out and smacking everybody there is for his two holds that he can hold. And guess what? We can't get to the base. We can't hit him back, because as soon as he gets done hitting his targets, his buddy's putting him in a bubble, and guess what happens?
They leave.
2 to 3 bases this way, and he gets a 1-star friendly. That's bullshit. That's a true 69.
Yeah.
Like Kixeye's little demented little stuff. My buddy gave me a selfie before I went to bed. That's not 69ing. That's a friendly bubble.
No, that's smart playing, actually.
That's going to bed and not giving somebody your open offline base. Two totally different concepts.
We're not thinking about the friendlies. We're not.
No, they perfectly described a friendly bubble before you go to bed. They perfectly described it.
Yeah, a night bubble.
And so if that's 69ing, everybody in the game does it.
Oh yeah.
And I don't 69. Nobody comes over to hit my base to keep another guy from hitting it while I'm striking their base. No, it's not like that. Mm-hmm. If anything, there's a bunch of my players, my friends, my clan, whoever around my base killing tunes trying to get to my base. Now that's good team play. That's not 69ing. But if one of my guys hits my base to destroy it so the enemy can't get to it, that's 69ing.
Yep.
So you guys got to change that if you want to fix this problem. You got to find the right definition. And right now, you're wrong. You've got the friendly bubble up there. 69ing is the act of providing the longest desired damage protection to a friendly target by dealing the lowest amount of damage. So, Roy, you're going to bed now, and tomorrow you're buying a house. How many stars you want? 1. All right, because you're going to be on in about 16 hours, right? So there you go. I'll give you a 1 star. That's a friendly bubble because he's not going to be there to defend himself, and you guys are not helping us by letting our base tunes get destroyed, and then have to sign on just to get them to start healing. So we had to come up with something, and that's every player in the community. But when you go to war, somebody jumps in with this using this 69ing here that we described to you. They're gaining infamy, and we're losing. We don't have no way of fighting
Retaliation.
back.
There's no revenge hits, no
Exactly.
nothing.
That's what people are complaining about. And if anybody out there thinks the 69ing is this, you don't play the game.
You're a farmer. Let's keep your farm's information to yourself.
Yeah, that's correct.
Does anybody else in the panel, especially the ones that just joined us, agree with what's going on?
All right. So do you guys want to continue on that, or you think we got that hammered out fine? Because I think they really need to know what the definition was.
You jump all the time, but you never get a selfie.
Who?
You.
Oh no. Well, when I go to bed sometimes, but
see, but you don't 60, and you don't believe in 69ing.
No, I don't.
But Kickside doesn't even know what 69 is, and they're trying to fix something they don't understand.
Yeah, I agree with everything Devious said, and I just add something to that. A lot of times, these players that are doing this, they're using their alt accounts.
Exactly.
They mentioned that.
So, yeah, it's they don't necessarily. They jump in a sector, have their alt or their buddy hold their base, while the other guy goes out and smash bases, most likely offline bases. And like he said, people he gets spotted, and then the buddy that's holding his base, most likely puts him in a 1 star, because more often than not, his hunter missiles and his heavy turret the corner. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's got a CC out in the middle of nowhere.
Well,
I
just want to figure out, how can Kickside say they're trying to address the situation when they don't even know that they don't even know the proper definition to the situation.
Well,
how do you fix what you don't know?
But that's why this show actually exists. It's for the community, and so now the community is telling them exactly what 69ing is. So,
and we have.
Well,
this is the first time we've tried to explain the proper definition.
Well, this is the first time I've seen in writing what they think it is, and it is clearly not the same that we think it is. So clearing that up is very important.
Well, look at this great. You know what? They're listening to the PvEer that doesn't, play the game like what they might hit a base once in a while. It's going to be 9 times out of 10 a 0-0 base, just enough to get their infamy up. They get a little payout, but then they get hit by somebody that's 69, and then they want to bitch about them. Well, whoever told them, what the 69 is, evidently got no fucking clue what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Probably one of the trusted players that told them.
But you know what's funny, and I'll say this: some of probably the biggest complainers of the 69 are part of the pioneering group of the concept of the true concept of 69, and now they have no way to beat it. So now they're like, oh man, the 69. I created this monster, and I don't know how to beat the monster I created.
Well,
when we continue on here, you'll understand what they are saying, why bubbles exist. And one of them is protect against unlimited, undefended farming while the target is offline. And that's exactly what this is right here. It's a friendly bubble. So they're saying that the friendly bubble is 69. I'm just telling them my opinion. And I pulled a consensus from most of the people I know on this subject. It's not the same. that they think it is. So that right there is a problem if you're trying to fix it, that you're fixing something that you got the wrong definition.
That's what I was saying. How can you fix something when you don't even have the proper identifier for it?
Right. And now they're going to start down this path of fixing something regarding that, and it's going to change the way everybody plays the game, and it's going to have a lot of other unintended results as well. We can sit and throw those out there all night long, but why bubbles exist? There is no doubt that bubbles have a reason for existing. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know how long we've been saying this, but they're never going to stop the 69. They're never going to stop.
Not 100%.
No matter what the only thing they're going to do is wreck the PvP for the other players.
And they're wrecking it. They are wrecking it.
It's very rewarding when you catch these guys doing that. And eventually you do catch them. You catch the guys that are doing the 69ing, and it hurts them bad. So, that there was always a reward for us at the end of the rainbow there. So,
I mean, the A team, that helped tremendously. Maybe the person who was attempting to give the other guy 69 disconnected in the middle of his little hole or whatever.
Yeah.
So I've seen that happen, and we've gotten to a couple of bases, but they're not gonna stop the 69. It's always gonna be exploited, and I gonna beat that dead horse for all these years. So.
Well, if they wanted to really affect it, and they're going to mess with the times, all right, they're talking about changing the attacking tune to 3 minutes when you're attacking tunes. That right there will cause some problems for the people. But really, a well-coordinated team can still execute a 69 using the 3 minutes. But if you want to do something to really stop 69, or at least make it to where it is absolutely hard as hell, change the 10-minute rule to 15 minutes, and your problem is pretty much solved. But yet you won't listen to us. We keep telling you, you put that out there 15 minutes, that bubble's guaranteed, they're screwed.
Yeah, 15, 20 minutes, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
screwed.
my thing is, it's like, I'm really trying to wrap my mind around this, and I'm sure everyone in the community who's tired of hearing about the 69 bullshit, it's like, why are we still worried about it? Why? It's a part of the game. It's like breathing. It's a part of the game. Why is it still a topic of discussion? Why is it still taking so much time and space and energy and effort? You know how many other things you could be worrying about? Hey, guess what? You've got a CP15 rollout coming out. Instead of sitting there, we're crunched on time, we don't know if we're going to get certain things right, or we're worried about things with UI not configuring right with the code from going from our server to the live server to you players. You could take all that energy and power that you're trying to figure out how to combat 69ing and put it towards the things that you're trying to actually roll out to make the game better. The 69 thing's a dead horse. It's glue. It's pedigree. I'm pretty sure everybody's dog has had it in their bowl and have ate it the fuck up. You got so much other stuff you're trying to put into the game that you could put your development team on instead of trying to figure out how to beat 69ing, because you don't even have the definition right. You can't beat what you can't define properly.
That's right.
So why are we giving it so much energy? We, the War Commander players, need to get over it. We, the War Commander players, created it. We, the War Commander players, need to deal with it. Stop complaining about it and allow the KIXEYE War Commander team to work on true developmental stuff for us to actually benefit from.
Yeah.
Okay, that was my soapbox. Bye.
You guys want me to continue? I can.
Continue.
All right. Why bubbles exist? There is no doubt that bubbles have a reason for existing. But are they good reasons? Does the bubble achieve its aims? Unfortunately, none of the original designers of the mechanic are still around to ask what they were thinking. So here is what we believe their purpose is. Number 1, to allow players to safely rebuild after destruction. Number 2, ensure players have the chance to participate in defensive content. Number 3, ensure players have the ability to manage and use their base. Number 4, protect against unlimited, undefended farming while the target is offline. And to curb bullying. It is a war game. I don't understand that. Anyway, all right. We feel that all of these goals are absolutely worth addressing, and no matter what the solutions we implement, they have to be addressed. But did the bubble achieve these aims? In most cases, the boxes seem to be ticked. So maybe bubbles might not be the problem, and the real problem is the unintentional side effects that the bubbles introduce. Thinking along these lines have led us to some new ideas. Bubbles and loss aversion. Because infamy is an exchange system, that is, when you are successfully attacked, you lose infamy. Players are going to take advantage of any mechanic they can to preserve their status. The bubble became a rational and effective tool to employ in this cause. While people PvP for all sorts of reasons, some common ones include, oh my God, the shiny goodies. Somebody's got to explain that to me because I don't understand. And these last two are actually the same with different words. The satisfaction that comes from being the best and the thrill of demonstrating your superiority over your enemies.
Oh Jesus!
So you guys need to go back to the drawing board on that.
Oh, shiny goodies. I like the shiny goodies.
I have no idea what they're talking about there.
What? Okay, Chip, what's up?
I just don't know what that means.
Me neither.
I mean, shiny goodies. Are they talking about our weekly medal payout? Are they talking about the end of the season, like the alkalides or our base alkalides?
I think what they're trying to say is, we get our infamy from our PvP. So I think they made PvP in this instance mean infamy because it's the infamy that buys the shiny goodies out of the gear store. Yeah. And because if we get the infamy up to a certain level, we get more medals, and that allows us to purchase things out of your gear store. But the shiny goodies from PvP, I don't ever see those.
I mean, I guess we're talking. I said alkalides, the accolades to go around your base. Like the alliances, get the little stars from other base, and then how you got your little hex borders. It can be bronze or silver.
I have no idea. I have no idea what
the only shiny things I can think about.
Anyway, I'm kind of nitpicking there because I just thought that was, yeah.
I like shiny goodies.
No matter what your motivations are, they are placed at least a little bit in jeopardy because of the chance of loss. That's everything. You can lose resources, you can lose infamy, you can even lose the ability to use your base. That's what the 10-minute rule solved, right? To make things worse, the losses are almost completely outside of the control of the defender. Then there is a seasonal structure. The weekly and end-of-season payouts are all done based on a snapshot, a point-in-time accounting, a single number that describes your place in the world and your worth as a commander. An aggressive enemy group can easily undo all the hard work throughout the season in the 11th hour. That's Warpath, right? With these high stakes, it's only natural that a player would want to protect what they worked hard to earn, especially while they're asleep or at work or whatever it is you do outside of War Commander. That's the friendly bubble that you're taking away, actually. Under the current landscape of our game, it's almost as if there is no way for a player to feel good, let alone come out ahead while not 69ing. War. What is it good for? This situation...
nothing.
Yeah, say it again. This situation sucks. As a commander of war, you should be out there waging war all the time, telling your own story and showing your enemies that you are better than they are. But now we realize that we are essentially punishing exactly this sort of behavior. Like we've already stated, we believe PvP should be core to the War Commander experience, so we are committed to fixing this. You hear that out there, Farmer John? Some things we've implemented or discussed in the past have all taken the form of saying no. We've tried to create rules that tell you what you can and can't do. We've come to appreciate that this approach just creates creates a sort of arms race between players who could best take advantage of the rules and those who are frustrated by them. Now we've laid all this out, let's talk about some of the initiatives that we have underway. Instead of looking for a silver bullet, we want to think about our goals for PvP and what our goals for PvP are, and then provide incentives that support them. In terms of 69ing, we don't want to tell you that you can't do it. Instead, we are interested in changing the things that make 69ing worthwhile. That way, if you want to 69, you can, but no one should feel like they have to in order to keep up. Anybody want to talk about that?
I call bullshit.
Doesn't make sense.
It does not make no sense whatsoever. I mean, I could see that they're trying here to rationalize this 69ing thing, but when you got 69ing as this right here, they're term of it, or whatever they think 69 is, when that's wrong, this down here is not going to help.
Anything after the fact they said after what they described 69ing to be, their definition of anything after that is null and void because they haven't even got it described right.
Correct.
Well, I really do appreciate that CM Bernie made this post because it gives you a little insight into the back end of the business, that what the thinking is exactly, and what information they're going on, because it kind of makes sense now as to why some things are getting so screwed up.
And I appreciate it too, and we all
I
should,
do.
But the thing is, I wish they would. They said they've spoke to the community. I'm sorry, I don't see where they really spoke to the community about what we think the definition of 69 is. Has anybody seen any? Have any of y'all been asked? Were y'all asked by anybody from Kickside or anything like that? I mean,
no, I put it out when they were all active in the War Commander Discord earlier, and the subject came up. I specifically said that is not what 69 is, and I specifically pointed out what the community, or at least the people that I know, think it is, and it's up for debate at that point. Anybody can say, no, you're wrong, Devious, but that's not what they did, and no one said a word. So I have no idea where this 69ing is really a friendly bubble thing come from in their mindset. I have no idea how they got that, but it is completely off base there.
Oh yeah, they're what they need to do. I wish they had like players or people from the development team actually play the game, so they actually have clear definitions of what is what.
Yeah, but I can understand where they're going from also, Champ, because he said that they would be called cheats and stuff like that. And really, I mean, if they're inflicting damage on players that are actually coining or something like that, it is kind of unfair to be working at Kickside, right?
Yeah, I understand, but even if they can, somehow send like an undercover player or something, I don't know.
Here's one for you. I challenge the Kickside employees who do the warpath to go during a warpath, because you're jumping around and you don't necessarily have to pop your bubble at any given point in time. You can force your bubble to stay bubbled as long as you want. You as an employee have that opportunity and that ability. Go into the known war sectors, because y'all can see what's got the high volume of activities. Y'all have those abilities to see those numbers. Go into those sectors and just strictly observe people hitting bases, and you will truly see what we say is the definition of 69ing. You will see it in a high volume war sector. So I implore you, I challenge you to go into a war sector and actually observe the true definition as we have given it to you for 69ing.
Yeah. That's a good idea. Just have them get on the game and observe. Yeah.
Well, we could actually in Ava, we could actually make a video and show them exactly what it is. But then somebody would take that video out of context and then say, see, Ava uses 69ing, when in fact nobody in Ava will use 69ing. Nope. So it is something we do not allow. It's not that we don't not that we discourage it. We don't allow that. That's not how we play. So
I don't like watching any of my members jump in and I'm going to hit this guy, hit my base, and that way they don't hit me, and then we can jump out and get away.
No, we flood around their bases to defend their bases, because that's what teams do.
And they still break in from time to time. Don't get me wrong.
They do. Well, they definitely do. It's hard to get them all. Some of those guys are really good toon fighters, and they're horrible at attacking bases, but they're great toon fighters. Yeah. So there's so many ways to things to this game that I don't think Kickside really does understand. They need somebody to get out there, or they need to send a representative. Or, another way to do it is if you're going to stick a PvP player that is Kickside out there, and you do hit somebody and cause them damages or whatever and stuff like that, you could also just dump a little gold in their account and then send them a nice little message saying, thanks, actually, we were from Kickside and we were doing this little experiment here.
Well, the thing is,
no one's hurt, no one's harmed, I mean...
They can force their bubbles. They can code themselves into a bubble where they don't have to pop.
Yeah.
And be involved. They can literally strictly go in as observers.
Well, all right. It took me a while to figure out these 4 stars you guys got up there, but I figured that the 4 stars actually represented 6 stars places there for bloody. So I'm going to read this now. It's what changes are in progress. These initiatives are shaping up to take the form of more instant rewards, less punishment for defenders, and more rewards for defending, which we've all wanted. We want to incentivize defenders to give bloody noses to attackers and reward attackers for the risks that they take on a daily basis. We're working on new ways to score attacks and making sure to appropriately reward the tough ones. Then we're going to make sure that some rewards to your actions rather than just your status. That means that way you want to play, how you want to play, they forgot the word, how you want to play is up to you. But for the people who are hunting the biggest rewards, will have much more responsive rewards. Just I don't understand that. I'm lost in it. It's like really confusing. That's the attack. That's the attacker covered. But in PvP, it takes 2 to tango. In order for attackers to go on a rampage, they need victims to crush. But like we touched on earlier, being the victim kind of sucks. We're developing a system that rates a base's ability to defend itself based on its repaired status and strength of defense units, buildings. Then you are putting yourself out there as a strong defender who is ready to be attacked. Well, it seems to us that you should earn infamy. Well, you can also exploit that by putting a bunch of level 1 ERMs in your base. How's that? So you're going to change it, you know. We're also looking into how infamy is transferred. Consequences are great. We believe that the ability to inflict loss is a very strong motivator on both sides of the battlefield, attacker and defender. It adds stakes to the exchange and makes the fight feel more impactful. Unfortunately, there has been a loophole based around the stars, how stars were awarded, that allowed players to easily drain others of their infamy.
And see, now they're fighting banking, and nobody gives a fuck about banking. Everybody does it. If everybody can do it, who gives a fuck?
We actually, in Ava, I think a couple of us actually caught a bank open, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah, you catch them. People don't listen to their alarm, or they oversleep or something, and they got hammered. That was quite rewarding. It's like having these big giant piles of candy stacked out there, and every once in a while somebody doesn't smack your hand when you reach in. I like that.
It's like, ooh, I got away with putting my hand in the
That's
cookie
right.
jar.
Is anybody seen anybody bitching about banking?
No. It's very smart. It's very smart.
So why the fuck are they trying to fix banking?
I don't know.
People that bank usually go out and hit more and more and more and more.
It takes a lot of effort. You're right.
So why the fuck do you want we want you to PvP? Okay, so when I go up to my infamy hits 7,000, I barely take anything from the enemy. There's no point to keep hitting fucking live bases because I'll get the same infamy as I do from getting hit in a fucking dead base. So why the fuck am I going to hit a live base?
Well, it's right here. It says the bottom line for all these exchanges is 69 if you want to, but if you want to get ahead, you're going to have to get out there and crack some skulls. No, you're going to have to get out there and get your skull cracked because they're cracking skulls, but they're not getting affected.
Yes, but once again, this is because they don't understand the term of 69ing.
Yeah, that's correct.
I mean, they don't understand the whole concept of PvP, period, really.
No, they don't. They don't get a clue of it.
To be honest, the whole subject is PvP. And banking is the method behind banking. It's a way of protecting what you've earned through PvP. What you've earned through spending your fucking coin or whatever going after bases. It's a way of preserving all that shit, all that work and hard effort that you went out to go get. That's all.
And that's the same thing Iron just said. Effort and gold. You're protecting your effort and gold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And team play is very crucial to that. And if you can't defend your teammates when he's getting attacked, while he's getting attacked and defending his base, you're sending tunes over there to attack the other guy's base, and his guy's already bubbled at his base. So that's what you need to stop. You don't need to stop everybody getting friendly bubbles. What you need to do is stop people from protecting. There's no way to do that unless to make it really, really unprofitable or difficult to accomplish, especially in a war zone where everybody's around and just a few of you are invading, is to change that time to 15 minutes.
Yeah, I want to add to that too. What banking also is, it's a method of being unselfish in the game, because most banks are for your alliance and your clan.
Yep.
That's right.
You
Uh-huh.
know, at the end of the PvP season, we all benefit from the bank, and
Yep.
that's why players do that. It's like totally unselfish gameplay.
Yeah, some
And
guy
it
got
seems-
600. Some guy
Yeah.
got 600,000 infamy, 700,000 infamy, or something like that. You know, these just huge numbers. You know, or whatever, 100,000 infamy or something like that. How much does he get medals for? What's the cap? Isn't it like 10,000 or something or whatever? What is it that is the cap that you get for medals? What is the cap?
200,000 medals.
200,000. So obviously that's a team effort right there. That's not a single player being greedy. Yeah.
Well, my thing is, if Kixeye wants to combat the banking, maybe they should stop breaking out the infamy bonuses.
Yeah, there's a good point too.
Well, they shouldn't combat the banking because the banking.
Well, I'm saying, but if they want to make it something they want to combat, then
Why I don't understand why they wouldn't want to combat it, because it's it's good for the game.
I think when they do these infamy bonuses, they're trying to entice players to get out there and fight, which causes damage and causes coining. So I can see where they're going with that. It's a business. I think it's fair, but at the same time,
it doesn't work though, Devious. It does not work because all they fucking do is hit dead bases. They don't take damage. They launch Herald in fucking 40 bases. The Herald never even gets scratched.
Yeah,
it does not work.
That concept of taking damage. Sorry, that's a bad concept.
Oh yeah, PvP goes up, but the coin doesn't go up.
Yeah.
Why hit one base that'll give you 100 XP and take a lot of damage when you can hit 12 dead bases, get the 100 infamy, and take no damage? That's what they're doing. That's Kixeye. That's the God's honest truth.
And during Warpath, all that stuff is fair. I don't care who you are. That's fair. If you can hit it, hit it. If you can kill it, kill it.
Yeah.
Period.
Hit it.
That's right. It's a war game. Get out there and crush your shit, crush their shit. Crush more of theirs than you get crushed, and you're winning, right?
I think they're sitting around in their conference room about this subject, them and their constituent or their members or whoever, management, war commander management, I guess, sitting there twiddling their thumbs, trying to figure out how they can give everybody a participation trophy for fucking doing nothing or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. All right, let me finish this out here real quick, and then you guys can do some closing arguments on it or whatever. But we could talk about this until we're blue in the face. Until they get the deposition correct, the rest of this is really kind of moot. So it says, what more can we expect? While this post was meant primarily to be about 69ing, before we wrap up, we want to acknowledge that attackers have ran so far ahead in the power that it's time for some catch-up. The Sentry and Lancer units both have had an eye towards improving defensive power, and without giving away too much, you can expect the next command center level to continue this theme. Trust us, defense is far from dead. We have dozens of other plans in flight that aren't ready to go or aren't ready to get too detailed about yet. In the interest of gathering feedback and continuing the conversation, we do want to throw out there some teasers of the sort of ideas floating around. First bullet. We want to strengthen the alliance system, making it more consequential, declaring war, creating peace treaties, and controlling territories. Engaging quick, skill-based platoon versus platoon battles. A more active role as a defender. Well, I can see ways that, like if you're in an alliance system, you get bonus for attacking an alliance instead of a dead base or an untagged player. Or, declaring war. If you're in war with a certain, then by hitting that specific tag you declared war on, you get more infamy or whatever, greater rewards. Creating peace treaties and then not getting punished for hitting another guy that you have a treaty with. I'm telling you, there's all kinds of ways they can improve the game, but until they get that first part correct, they're not going nowhere.
This thing with the alliance, though, that's the same thing that a game I used to play before I played War Commander. They had the same system. If you became allies with somebody, that stopped all the friendly fire, any friendly hits. You were a certain color. Everybody in your alliance was blue. You couldn't hit them. All
you
your
got-
friendlies were green. You couldn't hit them. The only ones you could hit were your enemies, who were all red, and neutrals, which were white.
Yeah.
Well, I still think once again we're coming back down to the problem. The main problem is Kickside has the wrong definition. We all go in and bitch about 69ing. We're all saying 69ing is bad, but yet Kickside does when we're saying one thing, they're thinking a totally different ballgame. And unfortunately, that is not going to fix anything until they understand what we're actually complaining about. They're not going to ever fix it because they're fixing the wrong shit. Shit that we don't want touched that makes the game fun in the first place.
And that's where the unintended results come from.
Yeah.
I mean, they're obviously changing the game, and we see their intentions are good, but they got to have the right information to make the right decisions. And that right there is the wrong one, because the defensive bubble at the end of the night, why do I want to go back on this game every single day that I go to work? I come home, my base is flat, my tune's dead, I can't go nowhere, can't do nothing, because as soon as I pop my bubble, I have nothing to defend it with, because I have to be online for 10 hours, or I have to come on and start my tune repairing so I can battle when I get home. I mean, there's what incentives are there to do it? The 69ing is only when people are invading or attacking your base to gain infamy and bubbling their base before you get a chance to respond. That's not a defensive bubble, a friendly bubble at the end of the night. That right there is trying to keep the enemy from taking back what they're taking at that very moment. That is your 69ing, not a friendly bubble.
Well, if you remember about, I don't know, 8 months ago or so, they were talking about changing the bubble times and reducing them. And people had a fucking blew up and screamed, and Kickside really, oh, no, we're not going to do that after all. Well, yeah, you know what? Now here you are, you're talking about, oh, we want to combat the 69. No, you're combating friendly bubbles.
Well,
we told you not to fuck with the friendly bubbles in the first place, but now you're still going to do it.
If they were the same thing, we wouldn't have two different words.
Yep.
It wouldn't be 69ing and friendly bubbling. We wouldn't have two different names. It's like you can't, a flip flop and a shoe. Yeah, they both go on your feet, but you know what? They're not the same. One's a flip flop and one's a shoe. It's two different things. Yeah, they're both bubbles, but they're two different types of bubbles.
Yeah, the only thing we would ever have to, the only thing we could do in this game is literally log on just to start repairing, just to log back off, because this shit would be dead every single
That's
time.
exactly what I was saying. It takes all the incentive out of it. When you sign on, you're like, dude, I can't do this. If I do this, they're going to take all my infamy because I ain't got that to defend my base with. It's all dead, dude.
Yeah.
Why go out and fight, you know?
Yeah, exactly. My Kraken's dead, and I got 14, 15 hours worth of damage to before I can play. I got to go to bed and go to work tomorrow. So I mean, the kids at home, they got the advantage.
Next day, you wake up in the same situation.
Yeah, every day.
The next day and the next day.
Yep, it's Groundhog Day.
And you know, we used to deal with it back in the day, but then our tune would automatically start to heal. So we'd get up and we'd see that we had been attacked, but our ship was already healed. And see, they've taken that away from us. So.
Yeah, I just see so many bad things that they're trying to do, but it's not because they're not trying to help the game. It's because they don't understand the game.
They don't understand parts of it. I think they understand the game just fine. Otherwise, we wouldn't have some of the units we have now. They really do understand it. But I just I think that they're going down the wrong path.
They don't understand the PvP aspect of it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly.
To understand PvP, you've got to talk to the PvP players. You're not going to get
get your hands dirty.
You're not going to get a true understanding of the PvP dynamic of this game talking to people who do the PvE dynamic of the game.
And I'm sorry, there's a lot of people who say, "Oh, I do a lot of PvP." No, you do a lot of dead base hitting. You don't get out. When's the last time you left the sector?
You got to fight the guy that's fighting back. It's different.
Yep. Sorry,
Then-
when you sit and do
then pulling up to a base with a bunch of with 20 technicals in there is not and nobody online. That's easy pickings. But when you pull up there and the guy's got the same thing in there and he's fighting you back, and only certain ones are being coming out or not coming out at all, making you actually come into the range of their turrets and stuff like that to try and get those units. That's totally different than it is when you're just picking at a dead base. It's totally different.
Let me bring something up. It's something that happened last night. So we had like an enemy player in our sector, and he got spotted. So I immediately, I sent my buggy to his base, and it was a pretty tough base. He had all techs, and I think he had Kraken in there. I'm not sure, but so I got him all the way down to just barely beneath the 1 star, so he was still open, right? And I ended attack. I lost my PvP air, which is no big deal. It's like 6 gold, max hangar or whatever, or tech center. But so will players be able to still do that? That's my question. So basically, I just softened the base up for another player. Is that you don't understand? Right?
I don't understand, but I don't understand.
But you don't understand softening the base?
Oh, I understand that, but what I'm saying is I don't understand the pink bubble. My problem right now.
Yeah, I don't understand why they even messed with it.
Well, it's only
I know
bubble. I didn't bubble the player.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. The pink bubbles are supposed to stop you if the guy pops his base.
Yeah.
You hit him, and you get him 1 star.
Oh yeah.
He's supposed to go pink to you. Well, right now the fucking pink bubbles. If you even touch his base, just hold it goes pink for 10 minutes. It's not supposed.
Yeah, it's not supposed to. It's supposed to be 50% or more damage.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I saw that last night, and I was a little confused about that. And I was like, "Why is he pink to me? I didn't bubble him.
Didn't even deploy a unit."
Well, yeah, I used all my air to soften up the base for another player that was coming in there with their heavy.
Oh well, yeah. If you give him 50% or more damage,
I didn't give him. I didn't have him in a bubble. So if I would have 1-starred him, no other player would have been able to attack him. So I basically got him just below a 1-star, just barely, so he wouldn't go on a bubble. Basically, I just softened his base up.
There's an issue right now.
Right now, the issue is even if you grab the base and hold him without even deploying the damn thing, without firing a missile, he still goes pink. They're not supposed to do that. They're not supposed to be doing that, but they are.
Yeah, I did notice that because I remember when that rule came out. I think I was on the show with you guys. It was supposed to be 50% or greater, right?
Yeah, a 1-star equivalent or higher.
It was for the longest time, but now, ever since they tried to do Warpath the first time, it's been screwed. And Kickside has not fixed it back.
I see.
Ever since they had that server issue 2 weeks ago.
Got it.
And now, every time you even touch a base, don't even have to deploy. You grab it and attack. Guess what? It goes pink for 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's no fun because I got my damn travel times 8.5 minutes. I didn't want this bastard to jump. I'm going to hold him till my heavy gets here. Oh, wait, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Hell, I can't even hold him for 30 seconds now. Bullshit.
And the thing is, how we talk about disconnects, and well, you know what? You got disconnected trying to attack. You didn't get a chance to deploy anything. Guess what happened? You have now got to wait 10 minutes, or they've jumped in. Well, there you go.
Kickside's pink bubbles. I fucking hate them. Another thing they shouldn't have done, but yeah, Kickside's done it. They're listening to the wrong people. They're not listening to the players. They're not listening to the guys that are out there with their mega plows, plowing all goddamn day. And there's plenty of them in Discord. And
I'm sure Storm Chasers heard me say, stop messing with the damn PvP. Just stop, please.
Yes,
Find the way it is. We've said it a million times. But
yes,
We don't
Brett,
tell you how to farm. Don't tell us how to fuck each other up.
Brett, yes, holding the tune will work, but if they retreat the tune, then what? They get away.
That's right.
You can hold the tune if they're not smart enough to hit retreat. As soon as they hit retreat, they can jump immediately after that. So they're not giving us faster ways to get across the map, so the guys are getting away. Now they're giving us, we can't hold the base, so now they're getting away. Now you're just discouraging PvP and in general. Just kickstart. Go back to the way it was. Let us hit each other till we're fucking blue in the face. Stop the pink bubble bullshit. Don't worry about 69, and we were fine with it. The crybaby farmers might have been upset, but the rest of the real people weren't giving it a fuck.
And I'm not trying to sound a dick or anything. But can we go to Market Street in San Francisco and micromanage how y'all do your job? Because that's what you're doing to our game. You're micromanaging our game. Not trying to sound a dick about it, but that's what it is. Our game's being micromanaged.
Well, it seemed by the post that they recognized that they were hurting the PvP. So,
They're destroying it.
like we all said, they got the wrong definition there, and that was the starting point for them to make changes. And as long as that's wrong, then the changes they're going to make or take them down the wrong path. So I'm just saying.
I appreciate what they're trying to do, but if they didn't micromanage, they wouldn't have to try and do what they're doing.
Exactly.
It's coming down to if they weren't micromanaging, Bernie wouldn't have to go into this background detail of what they're trying to do or what they're not understanding. Don't micromanage the concept of 69ing, whether you've got it right or wrong. You don't have to worry about it. PvP not going the way PvPers want it. Don't micromanage it. PvE's not going the way PvPers want it. Don't micromanage it. If you don't micromanage things, you don't have issues.
Yeah, well, it seems like they keep putting their hands in the cookie jar. They need to leave the fucking cookie jar alone. Let us play. We just want to fucking play this game. I mean, we're not asking for anything. The real players are not asking for it.
To the farmer out there that wants to do nothing but get all the units, get all the tech, and do his metal bases, his Thor bases, and do his event, and not join any clubs or clans or go out hitting, or except for just to go jump and smack the guy that smacked you around. I don't know what to tell you. It is a war game, and alliances has become a huge part of this. Being a clan, it's a lot of fun to play with other people instead of playing with yourself. So all you Skittle players out there, Skittle Diddles or whatever you want to say. If you really want to enjoy the game and complain about 69ing, if you had more mates helping you, you could get your frustration out of yourself, and you, instead of trying to blame everybody that's getting a friendly bubble at the end of the night as being a 69er, because obviously you have no clue what you're talking about. So just go back to farming. You're pretty good at it, and let the PvP be done by the PvPers.
Like, I came from a farming guild, and when I joined Dave, it was a lot more fun.
Yeah, but now they're pushing us back to just farming because they won't let us hit each other. They won't let us do this. CM Bernie does not need to know the game. He does not make the decisions. He just tells us what the programmers are doing. Yes, very true.
Yeah, I understand. I'm not blaming Bernie. I'm just saying Kickside War Commander team that came up with these ideas. That's why I'm directing my comments to.
The problem is Bernie's passing on the information from the PvEers. But the PvEers are the ones not giving them the correct information because they don't play PvP.
Yeah, like Iron Hand has said, passes info, but it's the wrong info.
Yeah, they're not even passing info. They're basically just crying their ass off to the War Commander team on Discord.
Correct.
Well,
I just want to say that your Skittle color does not dictate your knowledge of the game.
Oh, that's evident.
Okay.
I'm in there now. I'm watching what they're saying, and it's very interesting to see what they're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I want to touch on something by Skittle color and knowledge. You can. What was it with the heroes? You can put 6
Oh yeah.
heroes.
Yeah, that was I believe it was Anton Airlines.
Well, I wasn't going to name drop.
Well, it's
Anton,
everybody. I think he said 6 players, 6. So
heroes in the tune. That's incorrect. It's 7. You can put 7 heroes.
But you can't launch them all at the same time.
Nope, you can't. But
And that's
7,
what the guy was trying to. That's what the guy was asking.
You could put Skipjack.
Skipjack, Max.
Just for example, you can put Audra, Skipjack, Max,
Weaver,
and Weaver all in squad 1. You can put Thunder in squad 2, Roland in squad 3, and a whole nother hero in squad 4. So you can put actually 7 heroes in one platoon.
As long as you got to be clear. Go ahead.
But it doesn't mean you can launch them at the same time. But yes, you can put 7 heroes in the tune.
And your Weaver, Skipjack, and Max have to be level 6 or higher. Yeah. Make that clear. Those 3 have to be level 6 or higher.
Yeah.
But when you go to engage, the only thing that's going to engage is that one squad that's got those 3 and what was it, Ardra he threw in there at one time. Then if you want to engage the other 3 squads, you've got to pull, at least pull retreat. You got to pull them back.
Yeah. It's one of those catch-22s. And on top of it, I honestly do not recommend you deploying a Skipjack at any base, PvE or otherwise. I do not recommend deploying Max in a base because Max by himself is usually going to get eaten up pretty fast. And I really don't recommend deploying the Weaver with by himself. Another one that's going to get eaten up pretty fast. So it's 7 heroes, but it don't mean the heroes are all worth having. So color doesn't mean shit in that Skittle Kid box.
It just means you chat a lot.
It means you spend more time there than playing the fucking game.
Taste the rainbow. That's all I got. I don't know what I'm saying. It's kind of what it sounds. So I was just like,
yeah. Well, I'm just reading in here, and I'm like,
I don't know what to think of that place.
And some goes off topic, and I seen the other day. Yes, by the way, yes, I'm still in Discord. They still haven't found me. The other day, I watched them literally. I got called a cheat in there. Somebody literally took a picture of my tower, took the time to crop the shit out of it, and then I had a bunch of people saying, "Look, it's cropped." I just jumped in. I checked it. They checked my shit.
Yeah, I nipped that shit in the butt though.
All right, people filmed in and showed the crop, and Devious nipped it in the butt, and a few others nipped it in the butt. Even my enemies were standing up, going, "Dude, I check his fucking base almost daily. This is bullshit."
Well, another player, and he's one of our enemies, but he even stood up and said, "Look, I just used to scout. You hacked that picture, or you
photoshopped that picture.
You changed that picture because that's not what he's seeing." So,
but and then they're on topic. They're talking about a game. They're talking about people. Guess what? The guy didn't get banned. The guy's still in there. Mm-hmm. It's against terms of service.
I thought it was.
But then everybody's talking about it. It's about the game. But guess what happens? Guess who gets the warning to please you? If you don't stop, you guys are going to get removed.
Yeah.
A ton of people. And then I get PMs. Can you believe this shit? They're threatening to kick me for speaking about the game. And I'm like, dude, I got kicked and I wasn't even in there. Just wow.
So, I mean, you all know I can't get on Discord. War Commander Discord. I was banned. And it's been a while. It's whatever. C'est la vie, c'est la vie. That's life goes on. But I had said to someone, I'll say CM Brownie, and anybody can agree to disagree, but I'm pretty sure everyone will disagree. You get permanently banned quicker from the War Commander Discord or forums. I don't even know about if you get banned from forums on permanently quicker than you can get banned from the game for cheating. You get more chances to cheat and come back than you do to have an error,
Oh.
a human error, being human and having emotions and expressing them in any way, form, or fashion. You get more chances to be a cheater and violate the game than you do having human error.
Absolutely.
You get more. You really do. You get more chances being a cheater to come back to this game and to continue to cheat than you do to have human error. The human element of this game. Yeah, you had a bad day or something happening. You kind of took it out in Discord, and and no questions asked. You're instantly permanently banned. Or your joke was in poor taste and it was misconstrued, and you're instantly permanently banned. But you go out here and you cheat the game. You get more chances to do it and come back and still continue to cheat. It's like, hey, you can cheat in this game, come to find out. As long as you spend XYZ amount of money, you can do all the cheating you want in this world because you're considered a whale and you're on a do not ban list no matter what they do because they're a whale.
Yeah.
And don't say it's not out there because I know for a fucking fact they are because I see a whale just the other week. Well, I don't know if he's a whale anymore, but he used to be a whale. He got banned and he's back.
Yeah, it's hard to know exactly what their thinking is on that. Maybe maybe it is good for their business. I don't know. They see the numbers I don't, so who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to get the rolling out of here because I think that's pretty much the hot topics. So let's get our shout outs and let's go enjoy our evening. Let's start with Soul Generator.
Shout out to the panel, shout out to Eva.
Okay. Ryo Khan.
Well, thanks for the panel for having me. Thanks to YouTube for coming. And big shout out to my clan.
Okay. Killer Queen.
Shout out to everybody here on the panel. Thanks for another Thursday evening. Calm, chill, laid back. Pretty good topics of discussion. Some food for thought. I hope Kicks I does go back and watch this to just hear the actual opinion of some of the community. Thank you to YouTube for showing up. I always love coming on this show because it's different faces than what I'm used to on my show. And God willing, and the creeks don't rise, we will see you Sunday at, was it 6 p.m. Eastern?
Yeah. I think I'm going to see if Phil can fill in for me because I got some things to do, but I don't know that for sure. If he can't, it's all good. Champ, your shout outs.
Just you guys on the panel, thanks for having me, and shout out to YouTube.
Okay. Mr. Devious, what are you trying to share?
I just wanted to make sure I put it out there. The Ramiro War Paint Design Contest. If you got any talent whatsoever, even if you don't, put something together. They got the free template out there. The more the merrier. It'd be great to have just hundreds and hundreds for them to go through and take a look at. It's great fun and also a chance to be a permanent part of the game. So make sure you get out there and do that. I'd like to shout out to the panel for putting up with me on this topic of PvPing. It's my main reason for playing this game. And I hate to see it take directions that it shouldn't. And so I'd like to thank you, Roy, for taking the time to put the show together again, and all the abuse you take because you are the voice of the Situation Room. And just a reminder out there, thanks to everybody in YouTube. This show is for the community. None of us have any personal stake in it other than just trying to be helpful to the community and making sure that the game stays fun. And that's it.
Thank you very much. Once again, I'm not going on here to get thousands and thousands and thousands of people and make me famous because it ain't going to make me famous. It's a game. It's a slowly dying game. It might last 10 years, 5 years, tomorrow, who knows? Nobody can tell what's going to happen. I'm not out there trying to make myself famous, because if I was, I'd be doing multiple games, multiple this, multiple that. I'm here to just help educate and probably, hopefully, help the fucking community understand the Kicksiders make mistakes. Not all. Sometimes they do some good shit. Still, my favorite fix of all time was the A key. I love that damn thing. They do good, they do bad, they do ugly. Who knows? Hopefully, we could get some more things adjusted. Maybe get them to understand the difference between 69 and a friendly. One day they might figure that out. Until then, guys, we'll be back Sunday, 6 p.m. Everybody be safe. And don't forget, it's just a fucking game.